welcome back to my channel. It's you from Happiness and Crafting. So I'm back in my crafty chair. So I've been off for nearly the whole of August and sort of like the end of July. So I am back. I've done a few videos throughout, but everybody's gone home now. The house is very, very quiet. So I thought today I've got to start videoing. I've got the house sort of like sorted now. So I thought I'd do a nice video. So nice, easy one. It's a bit of a sort of like one-page wonder and some other little bits as well. But the first thing, before I show you that, I just wanted to quick show you this. Now, if you are a Ko-fi one-off or monthly supporter, I put these the last 2 weeks. You had a sort of like your extra little Friday freebie, because I haven't done the Friday freebies throughout August, and this was yours. Now, I did some little tags the week before, so you got a tag and you got this big tag. This little peony at the top, that's separate. But you've got these tags on here for one of your freebies like that, and they are just beautiful. And the other one was this, which is like a double tag little folio little thing that I made. And then you had these. Now I just wanted to show you how I made it, or what it looks like, and then I've done it. So it's just the tag. I just folded it in half. These are your little bits that came with it, and all I've done, I've just stuck them down. Now you can do it however you like. I've just stuck them down, and then I've just put them in, you know, slotted these in so they can just sort of like slot all the way through. They're like little belly bands, and I just thought they would look really, really nice as a little sort of folio, which is lovely. And then we can put this one in here like that. And then the big tag, I just made a little belly band across there with a little bit of lovely lace and popped that in there like that. And then I've decorated with some little seam binding flowers and a little bow. So that's your one that I did. So I just wanted to show you that to start with. Now, these are what we're going to be making. And what I have done, I've got the new kit. Now, this is the new, let me just get rid of these. These are Fussy Cut Roses and Peonies. Now, this is what I'm going to be using today to embellish, and they are just beautiful. I love them. Now, we all like little embellishments, don't we? And I just adore flowers. So these are beautiful. I do have some more coming in. I've got a sort of another kit that will probably go with this, and that's going to be out in the next couple of days. And it's got these in it. These I did actually fussy cut as well. Look at these. Oh, they're just lovely. So these ones, that one's upside down. So these will be in the next kit. And then I've also got some little sort of like double tabs in there, but I'll show you that kit when it comes out. Should be tomorrow or maybe the next day. But this is what we're going to be using today. Let's just pop those over there. And here's what I've done. And I've put these beautiful little sequins on here. I picked these up actually. I got 2 boxes of them. They're like antique vintage sequins, and they are just beautiful colour. They are just gorgeous, and I am loving them. So I've popped them on to here, so it gives it just that little bit of sparkle without being too much. And I've added a bit more on this one as well, and then I've added some into the middle. So this has got like a little Velcro fastener, opens up. This has got a little belly band in here. Let's get something to tuck in there. Little bicycle. So that's a little belly band through there like that. And then this just opens up. We've got a little pocket there, a little bit of journaling space on there, little up pocket on there, and this just flips over so you can journal on these. So I am just loving it. So I thought I just wanted to get into something, just a nice little make. And then we've got this one. Look at these. I just think that looks so pretty. This is one of the little flowers on there, little peonies. I've used the punch on the top, and then this just opens out like that, and then we've got a little pocket. And then I've got one of the fussy cuts come in 2 different sizes. I didn't go any smaller than that because, you know, that's quite small. And then I've just put some lace and a little bit of the sequins on there like that. So I've done those 2 which I've embellished, and then I've just done 2, you know, different ones. This is using just 1 piece of paper, so it's like it's just like a one-page wonder. So they just sort of like open up like that. That opens up, that goes across like that. So I just wanted to make things that we've got in our stash that we can sort of like decorate. So they are a little bit different to each other. This opens up like that. And so I'm just, you know, just making. I just want to get back into making, and then that just flips over. So I'm going to make some of these, and then we're going to embellish them. So, oh, I also got these as well. These are the little flowers. These are little sequin flowers. Can you see them? They're tiny, tiny little sequin flowers, and they're just so pretty. And that's what I made the little middle of this flower with. I added a little bit of resin to these actually. So I've got a sequin in the bottom, and then I put one of the little flower ones, and then a little gem on the top. I don't know whether you can see them. And I just sort of like set them with a little bit of resin. I was just having a little play. So that's what I've been doing. So let's have a look. I've got some paper, some of my digitals, and all as I have done, let's see, I think that is this one. We use this one. I've just printed on the back randomly, and it's just one sheet like that, which I've just cut all the way across. So we have two sections. So we're going to use the whole sheet up, which is nice. Let's pop that way. So I don't think it really matters. So I'm just going to sort of like make it up really. But I just think they'd be quite nice. Which way should we go? This way. I'm going to fold that just down, just so we've got a little bit on this end to flip over. So it's almost like a, what's it called? Where's my bone folder? It's almost like a little sort of folio. So we're going to, or a little envelope. It all depends how you want to do it. I'm going to flip this one over like that. So that's our little flap, our little closure. I'll do a couple of different ones, I think. So then that just opens up. Very, very simple. We've all done things like this before. So I'm going to ink it first, because it will be easier to see, you know, the little foldy bits here where I can add the other bits. So a little bit of ink. Oh, it's nice to be back. Nice to be back. So I hope you've all been well. Hope you've all had a lovely summer, or summer's still carrying on because it's still August, isn't it? We had a really funny day yesterday. It was weather-wise, it went really quite cold, and then we had a big sort of like rainy bit, not for a long time, but you know, it went all cloudy and it got so humid and hot. It was absolutely horrible. But today, we've woken up today and oh, it's beautiful weather. It seemed to sort of like clear the air. Because it was just, I hate that hot and humidity weather. It's awful, isn't it? So that goes like that. So that's quite good, isn't it? So super simple. Oh, back to the super simple saying. Right, this is the other piece. So what I'm going to do, this little fold here, I'm going to go, I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to, we've got the fold line there, and I'm going to just fold that in. Just because we got the between this bit, so I'm just going to fold that in like that, so that we know that that edge is going to go up to there. Now these are all going to be glued in like that, and then this is going to fold over. But to stick it down, I'm going to do another fold line, probably, you know, 1/2 inch or so on there. So I'm going to fold it down again, so that it gives you that little fold like that. And that's, this flat bit is what we're going to stick down. So it sticks down like that. That will open. This is stuck down, and then we've got another little flap this side, which is nice, isn't it? So let's just have a quick ink of this before I fold over the other bit. And again, you could have it from this side, you know, but this is a good way of just adding in an extra sort of page without, you know, sewing anything in, or, you know, having to sew in a signature or anything like that. is quite a good idea. So it's just a little extra fold in there. Let's just open this up. So yeah, our house is so quiet now. It's been, you know, it's been absolutely amazing, and so lovely to have my grandchildren and my daughter and her husband here. It's been so much fun. You know, but they have to go back. They had to go back, obviously. I would have kept them here if I could. Of course, we love our grandchildren, don't we? So guys, that's going to go in there. This bit, I'm going to stick this bit down before I start folding this bit. Okay, so let's just get some glue. Get back to using all my little gluey bits. We did a few bits in the craft room with my granddaughters, but I did take most of it sort of like downstairs on our table down there, because I didn't have a huge amount of room up here, and I had to have my laptop upstairs as well, so we did a lot of crafting downstairs. So this bit, this is the piece I've stuck down, so it looks like that. Do you know what I mean? And it just folds flat, so when you fold that over, that will fold flat lovely. So then we've got this little extra bit. Now remember, we've got this little fold here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold that right down, almost to touching our little fold there, but not quite, like that. So then you can open that up like that, and then that opens up in the back. Now we can use this, I suppose, on this one. I'm going to fold this little bit back as well and make like a little pocket on this one. So you can fold them all ways that you would like to fold them. Once you've got this little bit in, I'm going to just ink that little bit on there. And then I'm going to glue this piece. So we've got, this is the pocket here. So a little bit of glue on here. A little bit. I would like to make like a little folio and sort of like maybe a bigger version of this, or put these into a folio. So I might do that. I'm not going to do any sort of like projects, big ones. I want to start crafting again, so I want to make lots of different bits and pieces. Right, now I've got this little flap here, which I think I might tuck a little bit of lace or something in, because this is going to be the little pocket. So we've got a little pocket there, which is nice, isn't it? So shall we stick something down on there? A little bit of lace, or shall I have, I could put this down there, couldn't I? Just so it sort of pokes out like that. That looks pretty, doesn't it? And someone's a little bit bent in there. I don't want to make these too thick either. So let's just put that down and stick that on. Roughly there. I'm going to use a 3-in-1, or I might actually use my glue gun, because my glue gun's quicker. Oops. Let's just go down. A little bit down through there. Would that be about right? That's perfect. Stick that on. Oops. Oops. Oh my gosh. It's an awkward way of cutting. There we go. And then another little bit just down here. Just to stick that down on top. So I'd like to put a little flower on there as well, I think. Right, move those out of the way. So lovely. So that can go either way. Do you know what I mean? Because we've got like this little spine there which holds it down really, really lovely. And that looks lovely on there. Love that. We like that. So how simple is that? And then these can all go into your little stash to embellish it a later date, or you can embellish them you know, straight away. But that opens up, that opens up, and that opens up like that. So you could actually, if this wasn't a one-page wonder sort of thing, you could add another bit into this middle bit and have another little flippy flap, which I might do in a minute. So that one I'm going to leave. So we have this one and this one. So I've got all these in my stash now. And I'm going to do another one. And I'm going to do one the other way. So I've got some portrait ones, and I had some landscape. So the one that we just did was a landscape. So this one, I'm going to get a double page for this one. So it's going landscape. No, it's going portrait, like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold this one up. I'm just going to make two like this, and then we're going to embellish them because I just love these. Love it. Love, love, love. So I'm going to try and make as many things as I can. I'm going to just fold that up like that. Fold that down. So it's just like a little envelope like that. And let's just scroll that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my lovely little punch, which I love. I'm going to go, actually, I'm going to start in the middle. So what do you reckon? That's roughly in the middle. And then I'm going to then pop that down. Pop those in there. And cut that down. Look at that. Perfect. We'll have to go this way because I need to see without getting my big head in the way. So that can go like that. So there we go. I'm going to just snip this little tiny bit off there so it doesn't sort of get knocked off. There we go. And then that's our little top piece. Just looks so pretty, doesn't it? Then a little bit of inking, of course. Like that. So guys, what have you been up to? Anything? Anything exciting? What have you been making? What have you made recently? I know lots of you told me last time because I like to be nosy and see what you're up to. See what you're making. Just gonna just add a little bit of ink on there. Like that. I like doing things like this. I like to sort of have a little bit of an easy sort of like comeback, really, because I feel like I haven't done anything for so long. Not properly anyway. Oh, I made some little flowers. Did I show you? I don't think I did I? Look, I made some of my seam binding flowers in all sorts of colours. I just had some of my odd bits of seam binding on here that I had in my boxes and stuff. So I've made some little flowers in there, which I just love. I can never have enough. So over the weekend, I just sort of like sat on a bit of quiet, watching a bit of TV. And then I have made some flowers. So that can come down, that can come down like that. I'm going to make, I'm going to use this. I was going to do another one, but I think I might just pop the little pocket in here. Or we could have, I suppose we could have a flip down, like we could do that like we did on the other one, but just a different, you know, so it comes down, couldn't we? How can we do that? We want a little pocket in this bit. Should we have it this way round so it's pretty? Will you see it? Which way round do we see it? Oh, I don't know. I think it'll probably, oh, I'm going to put it this way anyway. So I'm going to just bend a little bit up here. So this can be like a little pocket at the bottom. If you know what I mean. That can go, because this is going to go this way. So that can be a pocket. Then we need to fold this up, don't we? Like that. I think that's right. Let's move this to the side. I do that, and then we want another little Doesn't have to be huge. Just another little spiny bit so that we can, that little bit will stick in there like that. So then that comes down, we've got a little pocket there, and then this can come down. Should have done it the other way, should I? I suppose I still can. I could still go this way, can't I? Like that. And then this will open up like that. So that will come down like that. Will that work? I suppose it would, wouldn't it? Or maybe it won't. I suppose we could have, so it would open up like, what do you reckon? I wonder if you could bend it. Sorry guys, I'm just making this up as I go. I'm just wondering whether, you know, because this will come up like that, won't it? That can go in. Oh, I can hear our neighbour's car. He's got an electric car, and I think he must be back. He goes off to work for like a month at a time, but I think he must be back now. Not feeling it, guys. I'm not feeling it. So we will have to, I'm going to do that one in a second. Not feeling that. I need an extra little piece of paper because I'm going to I'll use this as another one. What we got in my little scrappy pot here. Let's see if I've got anything that I can use. Oh, there we go. That's perfect. That will make a perfect little pocket, won't it? Let's put that down. Let's just cut this. This doesn't look quite level. Put that there. Like that. Where's my pencil? Mark that off. I'm going to just cut this top bit off as well because it's a little ripped bit and I don't want it actually to be a ripped bit. Oh, that's our door. I'm going to put this like that. Let's just ink that. There we go. There we go, those colours match lovely, don't they? So that's our little pocket. That folds up and that folds down. So let's just decorate this one. Let's pop some glue in. There we go. Little double glue on there. Perfect. And then we can, oopsie daisy, we'll sort of decorate this one. We only need one little pocket in there because I don't want it to be too heavy in there. So that can close down. Okay. Just going to clip my bracelets up. I forgot. I've just got my little hair clip. It just stops them sort of jangling around on the table. Okay. A little bit of this on there. Let's take one of these. Let's see, what have we got in here? I've done some where there are a few. Here we go, like this. That's similar. I think that's probably the same as the other one. Let's go look at these. It needs to be big enough because I popped a little Velcro on the bottom. I want to put, oh, this is lovely. Look at those peonies, look at those. Oh, just beautiful. There we go, this one will do. I need to find somewhere to put all these. That's lovely. Let's just ink a little bit around. Like that. That can go on there. Let's have a little bit of, this is some of my vintage sort of, it's netting. It comes from off a lovely, lovely piece of fabric or netting, which is sort of like being embroidered sort of thing on. Let's just scrunch all that up a little bit. I just want to sort of just have a little bit, just so I can pop the little flower on there. And it just gives it a lovely little background, doesn't it? So I'm going to use a little bit of my 3-in-1, which is a bit hard to come out. Pop this on. Let's just wrinkle that up. Just like that, just in the little corner. And then we can just stick this one on. Look at that, they're so pretty. I really do love these. I think they are lovely. We do like a little shabby flower, don't we? A little shabby flower. Now I'm trying to get ready to do a Friday freebie as well this week for you guys. So I've got so many plans that I want to do, but not everything always sort of like turns out, does it? So I'm going to try my best to get a Friday freebie out this week. Not sure what it's going to be, but we will do something. Look at that. So simple. Really, really simple. I always print on the back of mine because I don't know whether you're going to see them or not. But I know lots of you leave them sort of like white on the back. Right, all of these colours, look at that lovely creamy colour. All of these lovely colours go so well. Oh, I like that one. Do like that one. Look, I've even got like a little scruffy green one, which would probably go as well. It's a bit small. This one looks a little bit bigger, doesn't it? Oh, I like that. I think that's the colour we'll go for. I'm going to just sort of grunge it up a little bit. When I made them, the seam binding was, you know, new. It wasn't sort of scrunched up, so I'm just going to sort of give it a little scrunch. There we go. Then I'm going to pop you on there with a little bit of... I keep melting into my stand because I need a new stand for my Sizzix glue gun, because it keeps sort of like falling off and the end of it keeps melting my actual stand. Look at that, that's so pretty. I'm going to take one of these, take a little one. I'll make some more of these. I'll show you how I made them. A little bit of glue on there. And just pop that, oops. Pop that in the middle. Oh, I like that. I like that. Now I'm going to add some little sequins. Sometimes I find it quite hard to use sequins. I love them, but I don't like the bright ones. I like the sort of like iridescent-y sort of ones that look really sort of like old and just give a slight little sort of sparkle to them. So I will add just one here. Pop a tiny one there. We'll have maybe one there. And then maybe one there. Oops. Oh, I'll put the lid on my glue gun then. Take that. Just with my little picky up pen, which I'm going to get glue all over. And then one in there. I think that looks really nice. So we've just got like just that little bit of a sparkle on there. And then we're going to add a little Velcro into here, just onto this little bit. Just so that sits down. Now I'll put that on there before I do the inside. I will do the inside. I'm going to add another little piece of this just on the bottom, like that. Let's glue it on. Now I'm using my glue gun because it's quick, but you can use your tacky glue or 3-in-1 or Fabri-Tac that you've got. If you're using sort of like your tacky glue, just give it a little minute to harden or to dry. There we go. So then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 little sort of like scallopy bits. So I'm going to put some little sequins on there, just like I've done on this one. Can you see? It's just a little bit of sparkle. We have to have a bit of sparkle because I've missed it. Although we did do glittery things with the girls and some pipe cleaners I did, which they love. Absolutely adore. Not that we really made anything with them, but I think it's just sort of like playing with pipe cleaners that they just loved. Oh look, I've got all strands of glue everywhere now. There we go. Pop that on. I think there's 2 on there. There we go. Can you see it? I think they look quite dainty myself. I think they probably look quite sparkly in the video. In the video. But right, I'm going to open this up now. So this is the inside, and then we are going to decorate this little bit here. So, what did I put? I think I put a flower on this one. Look at that, and some little sequins. Oh, so pretty. Oh, so pretty. Let's see, we want a little small one. Oh, I suppose I could put that one on, couldn't I? That's nice, isn't it? It's little singles. Gosh, if you did this, I did cut these out, guys, on my scan and cut. That's a sideways one because I did that this morning because I knew I wanted to use them today in a video. So I thought I would do that this morning. Well, that's quite pretty. Let's have some roses. Shall we have some roses on here? It's just ink. I've also ordered now, I found a company in Portugal that sell the scan and cut mats because I'm finding it so difficult to buy the mats here. They didn't have them on Amazon and I can't really get them anywhere else. I've searched and searched and I found actually a company on Saturday on the internet. I think it's called Fabric Print or something, I think. And oh, they're so really lovely. I ordered one and I wasn't quite sure whether it was the right one. So I messaged them this morning and said, I've placed an order, but can you please just check if it's compatible with my machine? Because I'm not really that good on the, knowing what mat to have. I wanted one the same, but it didn't look the same, if you know what I mean. And they got back to me this morning and, they told me which one I should buy and they've, sending me the right one. So their customer service was fabulous. So I'm very pleased. And they said that it should arrive either tomorrow or the next day. So that's even better. Because mine, I've used mine quite a lot and I can't seem to get the stickiness back. I do have it near my window, so I don't know whether, does the stickiness dry up? If you know what I mean? If it's in the sun. But I've tried to sort of scrub it. Not majorly scrub it, but I mean clean it off. But it's still not sticking very well. So let's hope my other one will turn up and I will be back up and running again, because I must say it does really help having the scan and cut. I am a fan of fussy cutting. I do love to fussy cut. I know lots of people don't, but I find it quite therapeutic. Look at that, isn't that pretty? And then we've got a little pocket in there. So guys, I'm hoping it will arrive tomorrow. Then I can get back to doing a bit more, because it does move it. When they don't stick on there properly, it moves your paper and it doesn't work right. So I love that. So that's this one. I do like the creamy flower on there though, but they're lovely. I love them. Right, I don't know how much time I've been guessing on that I'm going to make. Oh, what should we do with the other piece? What do I do with it now? Oh, here it is, right in front of me. Oh my gosh. What should we do with this bit that I was folding up? Can't waste it, can we? Maybe I could put it in another one. Shall I put it in another one? Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. I like that on the outside actually, and that on the inside. What's on this side? Should we do that? That could be the pocket, couldn't it? I do it this way round. Okay. This one has to go like this or this way. Oh, actually, I did one like this. We could do that, couldn't we? And what I did with that, I did sort of like eyeball it. So these sort of like crossed over like that and went down. So if I do this, this comes in. So it doesn't really matter, you can have it over whichever way. Open this up. This can then, I love mixing and matching my papers. I really don't have a problem with that at all. I think they look great mixing and matching. So that can go like that. This doesn't have a huge amount of room, but I think we can pop that like that. Not quite the same as the other one, but we don't want them all exactly the same, do we? Let's have a little like this. Yeah, I fancy doing a bigger one of these actually. Maybe I'll do that in the next video. Make a sort of folio with it. We shall see. I probably won't be able to do it with one. I need lots of. I might use up the papers that I have. Let's just ink these. Do I need to ink that bit? Yeah, because that's the bit. Oh, which way round shall I have it? Decisions. I quite like it. Was I doing it this way, wasn't I? Or do I like it this way? So that's the inside as you open it. Like that. And that's the inside. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That could still go like that. Oh, doesn't really matter, does it? Does it really matter, guys? See, I haven't crafted for a while and I'm doubting myself. Let's no doubt. We don't want doubts going on. We want to just craft. So let's just get this stuck down before I change my mind again. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to glue this bit. Let's just glue this bit on there. Actually, I should have inked this piece first. Shouldn't I really? That's okay. Let's stick you down. So the inner one's just slightly smaller, which is good. So it means it covers it up. So that will open out. Which way round does this want to go? I can open like that. Should we have two pockets? Do we want the pocket going a little tuck here? And a little pocket here. I think I will. I think I will do a little tuck here. Sorry guys, I'm not very good at measuring. I just fold. I'm just sort of like doing it as I go. Like that. So that will open up. We've got a little flappy bit in there. That can open up like that. So we've got like, and then you can put pockets in here. So these are just sort of like little one-page wonders. But I'm going to do the corners, I think. Just around these. I think these, oh I don't used to do that one, are perfect as well to go into your journals. Let's take it this way, so that can go like that, that goes down, that goes down, and then that goes down. And then we've got that. So let me just get a journal and I'll just show you. Let's take this one that we've been working in. So this can just sit on your page and then they just open out like that. And then what you could do, you could just sort of like glue the back, this bit on the back, and then you've got a little sort of like pocket at the top. And then, or I suppose you could have it this way, couldn't you? Or maybe not that way because we've got the pocket the other way. See, this is what I want to do, but I'm getting myself very muddled up. So that's a pocket. That could open up. And you could just sort of like journal on these bits. I think my camera's getting hot again. I think I've been a little while. So when it gets too hot, it tends to turn itself off. So I do apologise. I didn't think it was that hot in here today. Oops. Let's just scrunch this up. Pop this on. Shall we pop it on so it sort of comes, maybe we'll pop it on so it sort of comes down the bottom. We can have some flowers along here. Should we do that? I think so. Squeeze this. I might have to put the air conditioning on if it's going to click off again. I didn't see how long we've been. But there we go. That can go on there. This can go down. I'm going to put that on. We can still have our little one. So we do half each down here. Pop that on. Make sure we don't have any oozy glue out. Like that. Oh, I do like these. So simple, guys, so simple, which we like, don't we? Then we want a little flower. Actually, I could put just a little bit of this down here, couldn't I? That would look nice. I'm going to do that first. Let's lift that up. Pop that on. Take that out. There we go. Lovely. There we are. I'm going to put, which I didn't do on the other one that I did, was it? On this one, I did actually put some lace across this bit on here, look. And I think that just sort of like finishes it off as well, doesn't it? Which I think is nice. I'll do that in a minute. Probably won't remember, but we shall see. I might remember. Should I have a little tiny bit? Should we just pop this little tiny bit? To like this one here. I'm going to cut that off. Right there. Gosh, gosh, my glue gun is driving me nuts. I need to get a proper stand. I need to get a new, well, not a proper stand, I need to get a new stand. Just for some reason it just does not stay on there anymore. Or I could make one, couldn't I? Could make a little stand. I don't think I did that very well. Let's pop a little bit just there. There we go. I just think it looks nice when you open it, so you've got another little bit on there. So we need to know, did I do this back to front? Did I do this upside down? No, I don't think I did. Did I? Not that it really matters, does it? Because, oh, we might have done it upside down, but it doesn't really matter anyway, because we can have it like that. So that needs to go down and that needs to go. So we need a little Velcro. I'm going to put the Velcro on before I get too waylaid with other things. Put that just there. There we go. Okay, and then we shall pop a few little flowers. Okay guys, my camera just went off again, so I just let it cool down for a minute. I put the air conditioning on, so I do apologise. So what I did while I was waiting for it to cool down, I got a few of my little flowers on here, and I'm going to pop this little white one on here. I was chatting away and my camera wasn't on, so you know, I don't think I showed you this bit. So I'm going to just stick my little flower on with a little bit of glue on there. So we like our little flowers. So yes, I must remember to put my air conditioning on and make sure my room is kind of cold before I start videoing. There's a tiny bit of glue there, so I'm just going to pop a little bit more. Put one of my little beadies on there, which looks so pretty. Aren't they just lovely? I think they're so pretty. And then maybe I'll just pop a few, let's pop a few sequins on here. I think they look really nice with the sequins on. But again, you know, you don't have to add sequins. Some people like them, some people don't. And I think because these are sort of like got that lovely iridescent look, I love them. I think they're so pretty. And they're sort of different colours. Some are sort of like a little bit darker than the other ones. Sort of pinkier. So just a few, just popped on there. Just a little bit of this on here. Tiny bit on here. Tiny bit. Just there. Scrunch it up just enough so that we can see. It might need to come up a bit higher actually. What do you think? There we go. A little bit of this before my camera goes off again. There we go. Lovely. A little bit. So that's that bit. What should we put on here? I've forgotten what I was going to do now. I was going to just put like a little flower, and then we could just use it as like a little tuck in here. So if I just glue this bit down, we can sort of tuck. I'm going to use a bit of tacky glue. Okay, so we need this little bit, just so it sort of goes up on there. Little flowers on the front. So we've got a little tuck there, and this comes over. There we go. Okay. What's on? That's on the back. What was that one that we put on there? Should we have this one as a little tuck there? I think we can. Let's put this down. Just tuck a little note or something in there, like that, so that can go in there. Should I just put something on this one? Oh, we have to put something on this one, don't we? Oh, look, I've got 3 little roses there. So pretty. Let's take a little bit. Where's my scissors gone? Nice little crafty fix this afternoon. How lovely. So, hopefully guys, I will get Friday freebie out this week. That a go, which will be great. So there we go guys. Thank you so much for joining me.